When I was in 6th grade, in school, my public school teacher showed us a video about the untouchables in India. Now, when I watched that video, I learned that this was a group of people who were prejudiced against, oppressed, and just had a really, really rough life and didn't really have anyone in their country who cared for them or loved them. And it pricked my heart because I thought, if we could just go to them and we can tell them, hey, God loves you and I love you and I love you because God loves you. And this was just an idea that I had as a sixth grader. And then fast forwarding 3 years, this was, continued to be in the back of my mind. I was at a missions conference here at FBC, and we had some missionaries come, Dave and Ruth Kimmel, who we now support, and they were going to Romania to be missionaries to the Roma community. And as I learned more throughout the week about the Roma people, I learned that they were pretty similar to the untouchables in India. They're prejudiced against, they're generally less educated, and there's just a lot of roadblocks in their way. And so with the untouchables in the back of my mind and hearing all of these parallels, my heart was pricked for these people as well. And I again thought to myself, well, if someone could go and love them, if someone could go and love them and say, I love you because God loves you, and this is what He's done for you, and you have a purpose, you have a plan for your life, that there could be a real difference made. So on the very last day of our missions conference, I was speaking to Ruth Kimmel, and she was giving me just a little more background on who the Roma people are. And there was one moment where I absolutely knew I was at least going to have to go on a missions trip. That was what was in my mind. I was going on a missions trip to Romania. She told me that the Roma people were actually untouchables over 1,000 years ago before they migrated through Europe. And so God just made that snap in my brain, like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And there was no even doubt. I remember that night during the service, we sang I Surrender All. And I had really never meant it as much as I did then. That was exactly what was in my brain. Like, I'm going to go. That night at home, I thought to myself, well, I need to make sure. And so I got on my knees and I had my face on the ground and I was like, I need to seek God. I need to ask Him, like, is this what you want me to do? But instead what ended up happening was I just thanked Him for giving me that call, and I was so excited about it. And I knew I didn't have to ask Him because I knew that was what He wanted me to do. And so it was amazing. And after that, I went on my missions trip. I left my heart open for God to change anything He wanted to change. He never did, so I went to college for missions, and I did a 5-month internship in Romania. I considered other countries, and it all led back to Romania. Every single door that God opened was Romania, Romania, Romania. And so that is why I'm going to Romania to help the Kimmels to reach the Roma people for the cause of Christ.